Good evening, everyone. Today is the 2nd of August, 2026. It's Sunday, and this is a look at your week's ahead weather here in Flagler County. So it's been rather unsettled over the weekend. I'm sure some of you have probably had your plans disrupted by the rainfall. And so what's going on is we have a front that's kind of to the north, that's kind of hanging out up here, and it's driving a lot of tropical moisture out of the tropics, out of the Gulf, across the state of Florida, and out into the Atlantic. Little upper level disturbances are moving along with this. You can kind of see there's some thunderstorms off to the west of us here, and that's what's driving all this unsettled weather. So how long will this last? And well, we'll get into that here in just a moment. First, let's talk about the tropics right now. So, looking out into the tropics, looks like we do not have any concerns for the next 7 days. How about into the next couple weeks? Well, taking a look at guidance from the Climate Prediction Center, we can see that there is no tropical cyclone development expected through August 11th. And then going into August 18th, it looks like we still do not see any tropical cyclone development in the Atlantic Basin. Maybe out west here in the Pacific Ocean, perhaps, but from the Gulf to the Atlantic and Caribbean Sea, we're looking pretty good right now. We don't see any significant developments that are going to be happening. So, what's causing all of our wet weather here? So, this is the way things are right now. High pressure out over the Gulf, and we do have this stalled front. I was talking about this stalled front. It's kind of slowly sinking in. And high pressure kind of rotates like this. And what it's doing, it's scooping up moisture out of the tropics and slinging it right at. It can't cross the frontal boundary. So the front's kind of funneling all this moisture right across the area. You can see the area here at risk for flash flooding, the Big Bend region of Florida. That does not include us here in Flagler County. We're outside of that, but we're still seeing some of that unsettled weather here. And this front doesn't really move much as we go through the next couple days. The front kind of hangs out over Georgia there. And then when we start getting to Wednesday, though, this front still hangs out. Finally, a low pressure system develops along it. That starts to move away. The front should start to lift back northward as we get into the end of the week. It's going to allow high pressure to reestablish over the southeast. And that's going to change the flow over the state of Florida. Instead of the flow coming up from the southwest to the northeast, which is bringing a lot of showers and storms to us almost every day, it's going to start to shift more out of the south and southeast. And that trend usually favors thunderstorms and showers to go inland, even though they can kickstart along the coast in the morning. But the big storms and all that will be shifting inland by the time we get to the end of the week. So definitely some improvement in the weather as we go into this week. But we got to get there first. So taking a look at concerns from the National Weather Service. And again, this is February 2nd August 2nd for anyone watching. So looking at live radar, we can see another band of showers and storms is on its way to us. Looks like it's weakening some, but it is on its way to us. So probably the next couple hours we'll start to see that get into the picture here in Flagler County. Now, taking a look at potential hazards, what the National Weather Service has concerns with. Flood watches are in place well off to the west, not for us here. Strong storms are likely each day, each afternoon, evening. Potential is there, and some localized flooding from the heavy rainfall possible. And again, here's the flood watch areas. Flagler County being way over here, so well out of the picture of the flood concerns, even though some localized flooding could still occur if we get some heavy localized downpours in any of these showers and thunderstorms. Again, tropics, no issues out there. And the drought conditions are continuing to improve due to that daily rainfall. So let's take a look closer in what are going to be looking at the next several days, starting with temperatures. High temperatures tomorrow, getting up to about 90 degrees for most of us, mid 80s at the beaches, 90 inland or so. Not as bad as it's been as we're going into Tuesday. It's looking about the same, maybe a little bit hotter, but again, high temperatures right around at 90, lower 90s, mid 80s beaches as we go into the rest of the week. Staying pretty much seasonable temperatures to expected this time of year. Temperatures right around 90, 91, 92, and about 86 or 87 at the beaches. And that's going to persist through the rest of the week. Now, folks, this is what the temperatures are supposed to be, not like what we had last week. What we had last week was definitely above normal. This is normal. So let's talk about our low temperatures now. We'll take a look at apparent highs and lows, looking at expected low temperatures. And again, pretty much the same each day. Lows in the 70s largely. Upper 70s at the beaches. The ocean temperature is holding about 83 degrees. So about 83 degree water is going to keep things in the upper 70s, and they're 80 right along the beaches throughout the rest of the week, especially with that wind flow starting to come more onshore. Looking at the heat index numbers, and this is important because this is what your body is going to react to. So again, not as bad as it's been the last few days. Still up to near 100, but that's about normal for this time of year. We're not looking at 110, 114 like we were looking at last week. So we're not approaching heat advisory or even extreme heat warning criteria at this time around. Precipitation, so looking at our precipitation forecast for tonight, we're still looking at about a 30% chance of showers, maybe the odd thunderstorm. Tomorrow, about a 50 to 60% chance of showers and storms county-wide. And then tomorrow night, we drop off. This is Monday night, down to about 20%. And then Tuesday, a pretty good chances, almost 80% chance of showers and storms county-wide on Tuesday. Does not mean it's going to rain the entire day. It just means that everyone's going to see rain at some point during the course of the day. Those rain chances almost evaporate Tuesday night. Then Wednesday, we get back up into the mid 50% chance rain chances. So decent chance of seeing showers and storms, but notice that they're trending inland now. The higher rain chances are inland, about 60% chance out here by Mondex, Cody's Corner, about a 40% chance in Flagler Beach. That's that pattern change coming. And then as we get into tomorrow, Wednesday night rather, those rain chances dwindle down to about 15%. Thursday, again, notice here, about a 40% chance inland and about a 30% chance at the beaches as that pattern starts to change. And again, drying out Thursday night with that flow coming onshore. Got to keep about a 10 to 15% chance of a overnight shower blowing in off the ocean or in the early morning hours. And then Friday, about a 50% chance of showers and storms. Again, the better chances inland, 60% chances inland, about a 50% chance at the beaches. And then Friday night rather, again, we drop off to about 30% chance because we cannot rule out the odd shower blowing in off the ocean. And then on Saturday, we're looking at, again, about a 40% chance at the beaches, about 65% chance inland. That's where the best chances of showers and storms will be, is those inland locations as we get into next weekend. And then look for those rain chances to dwindle off Saturday night and, again, come back on Sunday. Now, looking at further on, let's take a look at the winds right now. Looking at wind gusts. Let's get here. So, looking at the winds throughout, maybe gusting up to 20, 25 miles an hour. Maybe, nothing really earth-shattering as we go through the week here. So, maybe, again, Friday, gusting up to 20, 25 with that sea breeze coming in. Again, we don't see any significant changes with that or any significant issues with the wind. So let's take a look at the long-range forecast. This takes us into August 12th. So looking at temperatures to be remaining averaging above normal for the area. Precipitation chances also just above normal for precipitation. Going further, this takes us August 10th to August 16th. And we're looking at temperatures to be above normal. Precipitation chances, if I can get this to go, right about normal for us. So right about our normal expectations for at least the chance of a daily shower or storm. So that's going to wrap things up. Again, appreciate everyone taking time to watch us. If you're just joining us, you can rewind this. We'll also be posting the link to our YouTube channel for the latest weather as well. We will be back next weekend. If there's significant changes in the forecast, we will likely be back Wednesday. Everybody out there, have a great week ahead, and thank you for watching.